please unmute.
Sir, you're muted.
Yes, sir.
Okay, I think you can understand me now.
Yes. Yes, sir.
Okay, thank God. Fine. Let's not waste our time because some technical problems always it will be there.
Yes, sir. Yes.
A very good morning, children. Today we are going to discuss a poem, Lizard. So,
Lizard.
children, in our society, especially in India, if you see a cat in the morning time, people think that it's a bad omen to all of us. And in the same way, in the abroad, okay,
Sir,
some crows,
superstition.
if they see, okay, they think that it's a kind of a bad omen. Okay, even for us also certain times, if the
Superstition.
crows, you think that some people are coming. So they give some signal to us. Okay, so the author D.H. Lawrence, okay, where he stayed there, the place is full of lizards. That is why he looked at the lizards, and then he has written a beautiful poem, Lizard. You know, children, lizard, a small reptile with a rough skin. Have you seen lizard, children?
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
Yes, a small reptile with a rough skin, and also it has four legs and also
With the
a
thin
short
tail.
tail. Always it moves whenever it sees an insect, children. Did you notice?
Yes,
Yes.
sir.
Okay, good.
I
Yes,
do.
sir.
So, children, from this poem, we are going to understand a very important moral from this. The heart of the lizard poem is how a lizard, in all its essence, a lizard. So there are some qualities to a lizard. What are those qualities? And there are what we can say. A man doesn't always live up to all that a man can be. There are some qualities the man has. We need to compare the qualities of man. We need to compare the qualities of a lizard. So which is best? We need to judge. Here we are not for judging, but to know the qualities of the essence of a lizard, the essence of human beings. Which is more worth, do you think, a reptile, lizard, or the worth that you think human beings? You need to judge, children. Clear?
Yes, sir.
Read one of you.
Sir, can I? I didn't read yesterday.
Read.
A lizard ran out on a rock and looked up.
Sorry. Read about the author.
D.H. Lawrence, 1885 to 1930, was an English novelist, short story writer, and poet. Because D.H. Lawrence's wife was of German origin, they could not live in England during the war years. They wandered around the world to Australia, Mexico, and New Mexico. His most original poetry, published in Birds, Beasts, and Flowers in 1923, reflects his experience of nature in the southwestern United States, Mexico, and Mediterranean region. He died in France at a very young age of 44 after suffering from tuberculosis.
Okay, very good, children. So we are talking about author D.H. Lawrence. D.H. Lawrence, all his poems that they speak about the insects, or maybe about the reptiles, or maybe about snakes. Okay, he has written a beautiful poem on snake. Okay, so and also he has written a beautiful poem lizard that we are reading now. So children, D.H. Lawrence was an English novelist. He was a novelist. He was a story writer, and as well as he's a poet. Children, there are three things that we have to remember. He's a novelist. He's a story writer and a poet. So D.H. Lawrence's wife was German origin. Okay, where is she has come from? She's
German.
she,
German origin.
yes, she is from German origin. They could not live in England during the war years. During the World War II, they could not live there because of the fight between two countries. Okay, that was the main reason. They wandered around the world to Australia, Mexico, and New Mexico. Because of the war, they have been moving from one country to the other country. What are those countries, children? Australia, Mexico,
Mexico and New Mexico.
and New Mexico. These are three countries that they have wandered, which means if they stay in that place, definitely they are going to be killed because his wife is from where? From the origin of Germans.
German.
So that was the main reason. Clear? So his most original poetry published in Birds, Beasts, and Flowers. Okay. So there is a one book which is called Birds, Beasts, and Flowers. In that book, he has published all his poems. Okay, which reflects, reflects means the poet reflects his experience of nature in the southwestern United States, where he lived in the place Mexico, where he lived. He has observed the nature. Okay, from that he has taken a kind of inspiration from them. He has started to write a poetry. So that is the reflection that we can see from his experience. So he died in France at a very young age, at the age of 44. See, 44, it's a very young children. Okay. At the age of 25, you will be completing all your studies, and then you are going to get by 30 years or 28 years. Then just started to settle down up to 40 or 44 years. You are so young up to that. Okay. So at that age, he has passed away. So he has passed away with the tuberculosis disease. What is the tuberculosis disease, children?
Sir, it is a disease caused by bacteria.
Yeah, this tuberculosis disease comes because of the bacteria or maybe a kind of a lung infection. It won't go when it comes, children. Due to lung infection or due to bacteria that attacked lungs, he has passed away. Who passed away, children? D.H. Lawrence had passed away. You need to remember. Clear? So we read poem. From this, we are going to understand the difference between the human nature as well as the reptile's nature. What is their nature? Which is the best? We need to find out. Read one of you. Any one student, those who did not read, take chance. Sanjana Reddy.
Oh, it's okay.
Okay, sir,
Okay.
are you there?
I'm muted.
Sir, you muted again.
Yeah.
Okay, sir. Now you on.
Read ma.
A lizard ran out on a
A
rock
lizard
and
ran
looked up,
out on a rock
listening
and
no
looked up,
doubt to
listening no
sounding
doubt
of the
Just
to the
wait.
spheres.
sounding of the spheres.
Sir,
1 minute. See, children. Sanjana Reddy, you read ma.
A lizard ran out on a rock and looked up, listening no doubts to the surroundings of the prism. And what a tiny Edna furrow and swell of a tail. If men were as small as lizards or lizards, they did be worth looking at.
Okay, good. Mhm. So, children, do understand. A lizard ran out on a rock and looked up, listening, no doubt, to the sounding of these spears. And what a dandy fellow! The right toss of a chin for you, and swill of a tail. If men were as much men as lizards, or lizards, they would be worth looking at. Okay. Though these lines are very few, children, but it means a lot to all of us. Once, when the poet was standing at the seashore, or maybe near to the beach, okay, at the time, the poet watched a lizard. Okay, they are very familiar to that place. Even at home, also, we can see the lizard. We have only one or two lizards, but whereas
yes,
in that
sir.
country where the southern western United States, okay, there could be many lizards. That's why he is fascinated by the lizard and started to write. Okay, because when you write about something, when you observe a lot, clear. So that is why there could be many lizards. He has been watching them. Then he started to write a poem, Lizard. The poet
And
was,
there's a lot of superstitions on lizard also, sir.
yes, but whereas for them, it's a good superstition. But for us, it is not a good superstition. So many people know if it falls on our body, something going to happen, a very bad omen to us. Okay. But
Very
whereas for
bad.
them, yes, whereas for them, it is a good omen. Yes. Very auspicious for them. So it depends on a country. how the customs are there. Okay. The poet watches lizard ran out on a rock and looked up, listening. So children, when the poet was watching, there a lizard ran out. Slowly it has been running on a rock and looked up. Just imagine a lizard just looking up means it puts its head to upwards. Clear? It's very interesting to see how it is moving, how it is because it's okay. This reptile can walk on a wall. Such a way we can observe them, especially small kids. Whenever this reptile comes to our home, we'll feel very happy and also we get frightened by looking at. Clear? So the lizard ran out on a rock. It ran out on a rock and looked up, it looking for something, looked up, listening, and also it is listening, children. Okay, looking here and there and listening. No doubt to the sounding of the spears. There is no doubt. Okay, it is listening to the spears. Spear meaning, children, sounding of the spears means sounds of the universe. Spheres are heavenly bodies. Planets are stars. Okay. So how come a small lizard can listen to a spear, sounds of the universe? Spheres are heavenly bodies, planets are stars. So is it possible for a small lizard to listen to all those universe sounds and all? Yes, respond. Do you think it will happen?
No, sir.
So, which means, children, they don't really listen to the sounding of spears. And writer knew it. Our poet, he knew it that they won't listen exactly, but they could sense on the wall. So whenever it reaches for an insect to eat, okay, how it is going? Because it can sense. Clear? But actually, because it is a poem, the poet can imagine anything and write. Clear? So here they don't really listen to the sounding of the spears, and writer knew it, but still he writes. What he writes, lizard can listen to the spears. Clear? Yes, it's true. They can listen to the spears. Spears in the sense the territory or maybe a boundary from up to there only she can up to there only the lizard can listen, but not to the planets, to the universe as a large. Do you think they are going to listen, children?
No, sir.
No, we
No,
don't.
sir.
We don't think they're going to listen. Even the author knows about it, but still he writes. What he writes, children? No doubt, the sounding of the spears. It's going to listen. It's listening to the sounding of the spears. He's writing, the author, because that is the nature of a lizard. When an insect comes, it senses on the wall and then it starts to eat. Okay. And what a dandy fellow. Who says, children? The poet says, the poet says, what a
So dandy means?
what a dandy fellow. Dandy fellow means a man who is very concerned. Write down there, children. A man who is very concerned with how he looks. A man who is very concerned with how he looks. So, children, there are some people, if you have seen in movies, they are with good coat and also well dressed, even though they are very poor. In order to show up to the people, they are very rich. We see certain students even in school also certain times they wear in such a way that they are okay, they are very rich background like that, but actually it's not. So a man who is very concerned with how he looks, he bothers about okay how he looks, how is his attire, how fashionable he is for the people, like that person is called as a dandy fellow. That's why we can use this phrase to other people also. You are a dandy fellow, a new word for the day to all of us. What is the word? Dandy fellow. Dandy fellow means a man who is very concerned with how he looks. So the poet is okay addressing lizard as a dandy fellow. Okay. So whom do you think a fellow, children? Who is so close to you? We can say a fellow. So that is why, okay, here the meaning is a person in the same position, involved in the same activity, who is working with you or who, okay, whom you know very well, we say a fellow. So the author says to a lizard, and compares a lizard to a human being. See the see the difference, children. See the contrast. And what a dandy fellow. Here the author refers to two people here. One is a lizard, the another is human being. What a dandy fellow. Actually, you don't say to a lizard you are a fellow. Clear? So the author says you are a dandy fellow means, okay, same like a lizard, certain times human beings also they act. Okay, but actually here lizard acts according to its senses. Clear? Even human beings also they act according to the senses, but they are true to their nature. Who? Lizards are true to their nature, but whereas okay, human beings they do more than that. Try to understand, children. So if you ask to do some work, you don't do, okay, you only do